Hey, good morning. It's 20 after 7, and I haven't been out here very long, so I'm a little bit late this morning. And I hope you're all doing good. And I'm feeling good today. And you know what? I got a lot done yesterday, and I can, show a little bit of it and brag about it maybe. But I tell you what, sometimes you can take on a project that can really bury you. And that radial drill press was quite the one for me. I've never had a project quite that tough. It's a tough project. But anyway, I'm working on the Axelson here, and that compound, and I got some other things I can talk about this morning that might be interesting. And I'll have a drink of coffee and show you a couple things. Coffee is very good this time of day. Okay, let's have a look here. And I'll rotate this and angle it down. And I think, you can see that. So yesterday, I took a file and worked away those dents from a hammer. And then I mentioned that it would be better to use like a lead hammer to drift that instead of a steel hammer. But some old machinists years and years ago used a steel hammer and knocked this thing back and forth at the factory where this was, which is the Foot-Burt company that made drilling machines. So I got this other side pretty much completed. Let's have a look at that. There's kind of a way I can set this up here. See if I can do that. Okay. Let me see. Look through the back of the camera here. Yeah, you can see that. I took and knocked those hammer marks with a file. Knocked them out. Then I even used another file to kind of help blend that in. And I thought I'd mention this. One of the most handy files I've ever used, and I use it a lot, is the Axelson Magic Cut. And it's like, I guess you call that a double cut. And these are really aggressive. And they're very, very handy, and you'll probably see me use these quite a bit. Okay. And the square, very coarse square files. Okay. I use a lot of files. Okay, so here on this, little bit of a beaten up over the years, but it's not destroyed. And I pointed out before, and I thought I'd show you the worst battle scar here, is it came into contact with a chuck and just sheared off a chunk of this here. Okay. And it didn't ruin the lathe or anything, and the lathe probably hardly hesitated when that happened. So one of the things I could point out too while it's sitting here, you see this gib sticking out here? If you look at photos of Axelsons and stuff like that, and like factory photos, they cut that gib off flush after they fitted at the factory. So that gib was adjusted out from wear, and that's something to look for when you're looking at machine tools. Now, I got these other issues, there's only so much you can do. You can see this kind of chewed away edge here, and that's just the way it is. Now I'm going to work the top a little bit, and I'm going to start with the files. It's pretty rough. I went over it with the scraper, a wider one than this, and knocked the peaks off. But I'm not going to do a whole lot with that, but I'm going to go across it. I've already kind of rolled that over a little bit because that was sharp. So there's not a lot I can do with that, but I can shine it up. So that looks pretty good, I think, you know. And I kind of cleaned the angle scale up there a little bit. But the lathe's old, you'll never make it look like new. I'll set that back down. Okay. Now, one of the other things I'm doing, I got to, since this thing's on the bench, I can set up some tooling and stuff because I've got a tool post grinder that I got to mount on here because I've got chucks, scroll chucks that the jaws need to be ground. Let's see, let me get over here. Yep, another drink of coffee right now. Okay, now let's take the camera loose here. Let me show a few things. I mentioned that I use lead hammers. And this is an I should quit using that. It's probably could be in a museum because this is an actual factory-made lead hammer made by somebody that Boeing bought these. And they use these in their machine shops and, you know, to knock parts into vices. And one of the machinists there took the bench grinder and ground the mushroom off to keep his hammer looking nice. It got on his clothes. He drug it home and contaminated his child, and they discovered it when this child had learning difficulties. And they banned lead hammers and started using, you know, the plastic ones, the dead blows, or whatever that stuff. I found a hammer a while back at the junkyard. They had it in their copper bin, and I bought it at the copper prices. I can't remember what I paid for that. But I learned to use a woodworking tool called a draw knife. So I can I'll make a hickory handle for that. But hammers are very, very important. And so I'm going to cast, I was asked about how do I cast them, and I do make my own. And I managed to find half of my mold. I've got the other one for a larger lead hammer that's very handy, and I trashed it out working on this milling machine, knocking those overarms loose because they were rusted into place. Okay, now over here, Mel Gross asked about this, and I got curious. I don't know if we can see it. Let's see if I can get the light. But this is the drill, the allowance for drill point on the drill sizes. And it works like a vernier. So here's 0. Let's see if I can rotate that. So there's your normal 0, okay, right here. If I can, I'm not pointing, yeah, right where my thumb is, right there. So you got 0 on 0. And if you want to, it looks like it's, maybe I got that wrong, I'm not sure. But it seems like it works like a vernier. You see how that is? And then if you want to go to a 1 inch, which is right there, you just move, you just drill deeper until the next line lights up with 1 inch. I'm pretty sure of that. Okay. So I haven't got very far on this, but this is going to slow me down. Now, these dials, I don't like to get those mirrors shiny because they just become harder to read. Now outside. Oh, there we go. Excuse me. Well, I've made good progress here. And I should have this really a lot further this morning. Look at that stuff all over there. So what I've done is I got this stuff knocked down enough, that black coating, that I can smooth it with the wire brushes. If I don't knock it off with the scrapers, it doesn't come off good. It rolls it over and it'll look like paint drips. So you can see I pretty much got that smooth there, and I'll continue on that and then get this here. I don't know if you can see around the corner, it worked on that. So I'm getting close. I should be able to get paint on in let's say day after tomorrow. I should be able to paint this. Okay, I'm gonna cut this video off right now because I think I'll run out of stuff. And if I come up with something, and I might, I'll do another one today, okay? But you all have a good day today, and you know what I'm gonna be doing. Okay, bye.